everyone! In this video I will show you how to create a beautiful Hollywood wave on very long, natural, untreated hair. First I treated the hair with a heat protectant that has a slight hold. Next I section the hair and curl it using the ribbon twist method with a 25mm curling iron. You can position the curling iron on the strand as I do, or curl it in the opposite direction, which will change the wave pattern. The most important thing is to curl all the hair in the same direction. Next I use volumizing powder to add grip from within and comb through the hair with a fine-toothed comb. On the surface I spray wax spray to smooth the hair and then set everything with aerosol hairspray. I work on each wave band by teasing at the most voluminous points and evenly stretching the wave widthwise. I section the next area, which is quite large, so I divide it further. I tease each strand at the root using volumizing powder and start curling in the same direction, but slightly away from the root to align the wave pattern with the previous one. The thicker your hair, the more strands you need to take, as very thick strands won't heat well. Also, it may not be very visible in the video, but I hold each strand on the curling iron for about 20 seconds. Therefore, the video might seem shorter, but in reality creating such waves on long, thick hair will take over 2 hours, because it's impossible to do it faster. We need to heat each small section thoroughly and hold the strand on the tool for a long time to ensure the twists get heated through. When we curl the hair using the ribbon method, the hair heats up faster. The twist is quite thick, and with natural thick hair, it's nearly impossible to do this quickly. Additionally, you can see that I take a wide section from left to right, meaning it's not thick from top to bottom, but wide horizontally. This is one option for curling. You need to try creating such waves several times to understand which technique you prefer, curling small, narrow sections or wide ones. The most important thing is to ensure your strand is well heated. I always keep the hair on the clips, because if you curl such natural heavy hair and release it immediately, the wave will likely loosen. Even if you use a 25mm curling iron, if you don't clip the hair immediately after curling, your wave won't have as many bends. For the same length, you'll end up with, say, not 5 waves, but 3 or 4 at best. On the left side, I curl these strands in the same manner. If you want to add more hold to your hair, you should use an additional product before curling. I do not recommend using creamy products because they can interfere with the proper heating of the strand, especially if they don't have a holding effect and are instead smoothing products or creams with some degree of heat protection. If you use such creams, your hair might not heat properly due to volatile silicones or other types of silicones that hinder good heat penetration. Therefore, if you need to add extra stiffness to your hair, it's better to use pump spray from Schwarzkopf. Treat each strand with this pump spray in several layers, letting each layer cool and dry. Once the strand is completely covered in spray and completely dry, you can start curling it in the same manner. Currently, I am using a curling iron with a diameter of 25 mm. If you use a curling iron with a larger diameter, like 32 or 38 mm, it will be much harder to achieve a good wave, especially on heavy hair. You might even consider using a slightly smaller diameter curling iron, such as 18 mm, to create a shorter but more beautifully curved wave. Your curling iron should ideally heat up to at least 200 degrees Celsius. If your curling iron has adjustable temperature settings, do not set it to a very low temperature, like 160 degrees Celsius, because your strand will not heat properly. Ensure you curl all the hair in the same direction and hold each strand for the same amount of time. If you hold one strand for 5 seconds without a clip and another for 20 seconds and then let it cool on a clip, the second strand will have a much more defined pattern. The second strand will have more waves that are more pronounced, while the first strand, which wasn't heated well and cooled in a straight state, will be softer. When creating beachy waves or a casual light texture for modern hairstyles, this precision isn't crucial. You can curl quickly, release the hair without clips, and skip additional hold products before curling. However, for a Hollywood wave, especially if you aren't very experienced, it's better to follow all these technical details carefully and pay special attention to each strand. The same applies to backcombing at the roots. You need to backcomb the hair at the roots very well and evenly. If you do not have much experience with this, it's better to create a root crimp first. After creating the root crimp, the hair will lift at the roots, giving you an even and beautiful volume all over the head. This even and beautiful volume will be much easier to backcomb at the roots using volumizing powder. If you lack experience in creating hairstyles, I recommend buying volumizing powder and avoiding using hairspray when backcombing. Using hairspray without experience can result in a messy look. Also note that I carefully comb each row, and you can see that the top strand is the thickest, largest and longest. You need to heat this strand very well. If you rush toward the end of the hairstyle and poorly heat this top strand, holding it for only 5 or 10 seconds instead of 20 seconds, or if your curling iron accidentally turns off, the strand will be straight. This will disrupt the entire pattern you have created, causing all the effort you put into creating and combing out the Hollywood wave to be wasted. As we move to the top sections, we have less time and energy, but the responsibility is much higher. You might get away with some mistakes on the lower sections, but when you reach the top or the face framing strands, you need to heat them very well and curl them in thin sections. You must also always curl all strands in the same direction. If you accidentally curl even one strand in the opposite direction, the entire pattern will be off. This is why the Hollywood wave is a technically challenging hairstyle. You need to perform many steps and execute them perfectly. That's why I created a very detailed online course on Hollywood waves, consisting of 4 online lessons, each ranging from 1 to 2 hours. If you are interested in other details of creating the wave, such as how to correct the pattern if you curl it incorrectly, how to make it perfectly even, how to connect the pattern at the back with the front curls, and how to create beautiful volume at the front around the face, you can purchase this course via the link below the video. In the course, I also explain in detail what to do and how to do it. In any case, I hope you found this video interesting. Please write comments below this video about whether you like this hairstyle, if you have ever tried it, and what difficulties you encountered. Thank you very much for watching and goodbye.